biggest field of the day with 121 athletes there.
You have 121 athletes from 39 nations. Kenya, the defending team champions from Ethiopia and Uganda last year in Bathurst. And it will be very, very quick. The surface is good. The going is generally very good. It's very dry, the surface, although apparently they had quite a lot of rain last week. But this will be tough. 5 laps as for the senior women who completed their race just a few minutes ago. And I wonder whether it will become that domestic clash between the two Ugandans, Cheptegei and Kiplimo, or if some of the Kenyans will be able to get in there and challenge. We actually didn't have a Kenyan in that lineup, Paula, which is extraordinary. Some of the names introduced to us there, but they will be very much up there, I suspect.
I think from the previous race, the Kenyans certainly showed that their concentration was on the women's race in terms of the calibre of athletes turning out. I think a lot of the top calibre, the best runners perhaps choosing to get ready for spring marathons or not to come to these World Cross Country Championships. So the challenge, if you like, being taken up and led at the moment by Rona, who's leading the Kenyan challenge at the front. Well, not quite at the front, but somebody's gone off a little bit too quickly.
We should watch out for Ismail Kirui in the Kenyan colours, because he was the world junior champion last year in Bathurst. He won the under-20 race for men, and he is still 19 years old. But we got a couple of surprise results earlier on in the day as one of the Indian athletes. But did he miss the start? He's way behind everybody else. I wonder if he was caught short and not ready for that gun. Or is he?
He's the one who's got out.
Oh! How fast has he covered his first half mile? 2 minutes on the clock.
Too fast.
Probably a PB for 800.
I think the rest of the field wisely decided that's too quick and not a pace that can be maintained over the 5 laps here today. I think the men's race, it certainly makes it a closer race, dropping that distance down, as we've seen recently from the previous 12 kilometres to 10 kilometres of quick racing, and it's really just a chance for the majority of the athletes in this, not for Gurjar of India, but to consolidate on this first lap and just to get a feel for actually racing at speed over this course. They will, of course, have walked around it previously and taken time to study the different technical elements of this course and work out how they're going to go through those, but it's a completely different thing going through it at pace in the middle of a pack.
Well, this is utterly bizarre by Hemraj Gurjar, twice Indian cross-country champion, but he's never broken 30 minutes for 10K. His 5,000 best is 13:45. And talk about grabbing your few seconds in the spotlight, with all due respect. I mean, that's a lead of about 80 metres. And I'm not sure it's going to last too long.
Well, that's strange, but also going back to the main group, and that's now Mehdi Frere, who's moved to the front of that, and he has run a phenomenal marathon personal best this year, but still he would not be expecting to be, in essence, leading the World Cross Country at this stage. And I really think that this race has not unfolded as the men have been expecting in this. They would have been expecting it to perhaps get going a little bit faster here today, and so now there's a little bit of confusion out there, and it's taking a bit of time to settle down. There is Kiplimo, where is Cheptegei?
Cream rises to the top, and I'm sure it will. I bet you in 2 or 3 minutes' time things will become a little bit clearer. Maybe, though, they've had some warning sights from the women's races, and they are trying to run cautious races, some of the bigger names, realising that actually it's not about who leads in the first few laps, it's about who leads over the last lap that really matters. The Ethiopian Tebele, Chimdesa Tebele, he was 11th last year, part of that silver medal winning team for Ethiopia. He's a 27:10, 10,000 metre guy, only 20 years old, and tucked into second place now as Gurjar begins to get reeled in. I know there's a foreshortening effect from the camera there, but I think Gurjar's race is run.
Yeah, I think he's already been swallowed up and about to be swallowed up by the entirety of that pack, and yeah, a very, very rash decision there.
Cheptegei just beginning to eat through, back in about 20 place at the moment as Debele